Hello out there, friends, enemies, and lovers. It is I, Dungaree Mike, your host and game master, I suppose. We are a echo short tonight, but that does not stop us from having fun anyways. We will start from the top with our intrepid adventurers introducing themselves. Erika, please take it away.
That almost sounded poetic. We are an echo short. Anyways, I'm Erika. I'm here to kick ass and take names, and I still have to take some names. We'll be doing both tonight.
Very good. Preacher.
Hello, everyone. I am Preacher. You may know me as just Preacher. That completely went off rails. Anyways, moving on. Tonight, I will be playing Marcus. And, I think I'm just going to leave it there.
The Professor.
My name's John. I'm affectionately known as the Professor, and I'll be playing Kurgan, who's the dude with the cool helmet without a nose. And I'm very excited.
He's apparently playing the Deathwatch Snorlax.
That's a good call. Yeah, that's actually...
Amador.
It's Amador. Whatever it be. I don't do much here. I'm in a lot of podcasts. You should go listen to them or watch them if they're on the channel already. Yeah, today I'll be playing Uriel, the Dark Angel. That big gun. They go boom. Yeah.
I like big guns, and I cannot lie. That is, I believe, what any Space Marine worth their salt says. Might also be the tagline for Death Corps of Krieg. Or they might like big shovels and do not speak that much. Either way, tonight we are returning on board the black ship of the Deathwatch, circling a planet called Clanel A, and they had just been attacked. But by whom? Find out next. The watch captain cries out, "Battle stations!" And the entirety of the hangar bay erupts in activity. Space Marines, serfs, servitors, all clatter about in a sorta organized fashion, grabbing weapons, arming themselves in any way, logging on to remote turrets, if that is something that they are supposed to do, of course. We see a Salamander's chaplain order people about, trying to raise morale, but in the end, we don't know what we're fighting. So let's find out. Our intrepid players, what do you do?
So, have we landed?
No.
Or we're getting ready to land? Okay.
You have not ordered your drop pod. The entire ship will not land on the planet's surface. The idea was to scout the wreckage beforehand.
That's right. Okay, that's right.
And search parties or boarding parties have been sent out, which is probably why you are being attacked currently. But you were preparing for descent onto the planet via drop pod. But that will have to wait now that you are attacked.
Can we see any enemies right in front of us? Or is it more like ships around?
It is most likely ships around. While you are in a hangar bay with a launch bay with I think it's Thunderhawk still, and other boarding vessels and aerospace vessels that are semi-spacefaring. It is a limited view. It is better to access some sensors, or why not go up to the observation deck, see what you can find.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make not a run, like a light jog for the observation deck. I don't want to seem like I'm too eager.
There's nothing wrong with being eager.
Do we have permission to leave this deck?
You have been given the order of battle stations.
I'm running to the observation deck, and I call back, "Anyone want to join?"
I will follow. to the up to the observation deck also.
Why not?
I'm going to look around for any. Is there any weapons or things I can add on to my person that are available?
Good shout. There are spare, there are essentially pallets with crates on them, bolter ammunition, grenades, such things.
Should I be specific or should I just grab a bunch of cool shit and take off? Or should I specifically look for something? Totally your call.
If you want to grab bag, you can. It might be a little strange, might be a little unorthodox, but you are a tech marine, so you won't be questioned for it.
Sure. I'm going to, totally your call. I'm going to go up to the nearest pallet, and you can have me roll for it if you want, but can I observe and see if there's anything on there that's of better value or anything that's worth hanging on to for this moment?
How about this? Are you looking for anything specific? Because your actions will probably end up being your tactics later. Are you looking for anything specific?
Yes, but come back to me. Let me look something up real quick.
Fair enough. Your companions are seemingly moving out. Either way. You know where they're going. You might want to join later.
Yeah, I'll catch up with them quickly. I just want to make sure I'm looking for the right thing.
All right. We move on to the 3 or 4 of you moving out, depending on if Echo is counted among you, or if he's lost in the general hubbub of activity in the hangar bay. I think he is currently a little out of order.
This just turns into Home Alone, where we leave Echo behind by accident.
That is something that you can do, but would talk to Echo before doing that. But yes, you move out. Access corridors, hallways. You run past servitors on their way to places. Serfs trying not to be in the way for you because they value their lives, and Space Marine legs are hard, especially when armored. General military personnel employed by the Deathwatch service run about. Most of them are on their battle stations already, because that's where they're supposed to be. It's essentially an all hands on deck, because you can't have a space battle without everyone present. You're making your way downtown, walking fast.
Is it the fastest pace though?
I don't know. Are you running full tilt?
No, I think what we were doing was just like a basically double time. We're not running, but we're not just walking either.
Yeah. These corridors might be a little bit weird to navigate. You've had 6 months to traverse them, but 6 months of warp time and sometimes faulty Geller fields. Things move about, and that is just a part of the change of the warp. Especially for your current leader, who assigned themselves, whereas you might not know where you're going, except for the fact that you knew that you were there earlier. How about you make a navigation check?
What are the mechanics for making a navigation check?
Currently, what is your surface navigation stat or your skill? Is it just trained, or is it something else?
Trained.
All right, so I think it's +10 because you have trained it. If it was base, it would be +5, I think, and if it was not trained, it's either minuses or just nothing extra. I think it's intelligence based.
Yep, it's intelligence based.
So you roll 1d100. So plus your +10 from having surface navigation trained. You add that onto your intelligence stat, and you have to roll below that number, so to speak.
Yeah, the number I had to roll under was 50. I got an 85.
Yeah, you're leading your group astray. might take a little bit longer to get to the observation deck. You might run into dead end, and you're losing precious time to figure out who your enemy is. Does anyone else want to take over the leadership role, because your current leader is dog shit at this?
This is an intelligence, by the way.
Yeah.
In my head, as I'm leading, I'm thinking, okay, gray wall. 3 gray walls passed. That's the observation. Fuck, how many gray walls have passed? How many gray walls?
And what skill did we go for?
Surface navigation. This dice rolling is brought to you by Old Yeller, now on Blu-ray.
The original is just now on Blu-ray?
No, I'm making chit chat and referencing
Oh, no, you're
conversation we had earlier.
I jumped
I
in
got
like Blu-ray.
a 38, so I think that's right under it. My skills of 41, or for at least for intelligence.
Yeah, you're succeeding. You're doing great. You know your way around this place, because as a heavy weapon specialist, you have little else to do than to wander the halls when not in combat. Your way around this place, you've been sitting here sulking sometimes, or looking for secrets since you're a Dark Angel. You know your way to the observation deck, and you lead your group there. Professor,
Yes.
how is it going? Have you
Yeah.
found what you're looking for?
So a few things. Can I see if anything here is rare or old versus like brand new, or if this is all just generic, here, grab your stuff and go for it?
You can definitely look for things that might be above your current pay grade,
Yeah.
things that might not be afforded to you, as you are not necessarily a fully fledged Deathwatch Marine yet.
Sure. Okay.
The entire group that you're in are still on probation to become like full members.
That's fair. Yeah.
So you're not afforded the
Okay.
luxuries of and like veteran Deathwatchers.
Sure.
But there might be something laying about that someone will be reprimanded for later.
Ah. Yeah. I'm fine with that. Can I do that?
Yes, you can. What skill are you thinking?
I would probably do. It's not that. It's not that. Oh, there's so many skills.
Like, how do you approach this? This is what I'm asking.
Oh, I'm sorry. So if I'm not throwing them around necessarily, but I'm definitely trying to take in everything that's on the palette or two, just scanning them to see, not scanning necessarily, but this looks interesting. This is anything there that has that sort of Tech Marine, anything that has that sort of old school, like Cult Mechanica type feel. Like, this has been around forever. This is important. This skill serve me. This is worthy type of thing.
What feels cursed?
Yeah. Maybe even that's a good point.
That's a good one.
Trying to get the language right.
I'm not sure that anything feels cursed
Okay.
specifically, but there might be a weapon laying about that you could pick up. I'm blanking on what kind of skills there are. I don't have the sheets in front of me.
I'm looking at. Let's see.
There's an evaluate skill.
Where'd you?
I think that's just for monetary value, and that is not what you're looking for.
Because I
You're
have,
looking
yeah,
for,
I'm trying to look.
combat value.
I have like literacy, which that's not quite right.
It could be common lore. You can roll for it. They have common lore, and we're trained in common lore, and we're trained in the lore of war. We're trained in that.
That's interesting.
Do you have some sort of scanner on? Is one of your eyes bionic, or?
I wanted, when we first did this, I want to say I had a scanner, but now I can't find all that stuff that I wrote down about the mechadendrite. I'm not going to say that. Mechadendrite. Hey! No, I had one of those, and I want to say there was some kind of scanner thing with that, but I can't find it on my page anymore, so I'm torn honoring that without knowing for sure.
You have a perception skill of sort, such as scrutiny or
Scrutiny.
scanners, or I don't know. I'll have to actually bring up the sheet.
Damn. Don't. Inquiries for that. That's right. We talked about that. Scrutiny is not quite right because that has performance attached to it. Perception, excuse me.
Yeah. Perception is the skill that you will be using.
So
That's
let's see. Maybe.
Yeah.
Damn. And that's not going to be there either. awareness, but that would be more of situational awareness, right?
Make a tactics roll to
Okay,
gain yourself a upper hand at a later date.
sure. And dun.
That's intelligence.
Sweet. Bang. So am I trained in that? No, I'm not. I'm trained in the thing below that, but that's an empty box. Is that right?
I think you might earn some sort of tactic when you make your character, but I am not entirely sure. We
All
can
right.
look at that,
We can check that another time.
between episodes.
Okay, so intelligence. Woof. Okay,
Yes,
so
make a straight intelligence roll.
all right, and so roll that plus. Oh man, these don't suck. Here's D100. Ah, that's not gonna do it. 52,
And your intelligence is
37.
Pardon me for saying this, but you're a fairly dumb tech
Yeah,
priest.
very much.
In comparison to other tech
Oh,
priests,
yeah.
of course. Interesting. All right, good one. Yeah. You pick up a crate. A small crate. But a crate nonetheless.
Okay. Ooh,
That you deem this might come in handy.
great.
It says something on the box. It is probably in low Gothic for some reason.
Oh.
Might not be your first language, might not be your second or third. Either who. This looks. Yeah. I feel good about this. And you take off running after your pals. You know where they're going. Make a surface navigation check
Perfect.
to catch up to them. If you make it on the first try, you arrive roughly at the same time as them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do a surface navigation check. We said that was. Where'd it go? Yeah, surface. Oh, I'm trained in that. Yay. And that was. Is that intelligence? That's perception, correct?
I think it's
Is it
intelligent.
intelligence? Oh,
Navigation is intelligence, yes.
damn.
And then with it being trained, plus 10 to your intelligence, so you have to roll below 47.
Ooh, here we go. 87.
Hey, this is that dead end that Zacharias was in earlier.
Great.
You have lost yourself inside. Maybe
This is why.
yeah.
This
Maybe
is why you
read the-
always travel in a group so that you can have one person with one brain cell catch you and drag your ass into observatory.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds very much like me at a thrift store. Just be like, "Oh, hey, look, I found this thing. Hey, where'd you all go?"
we will return to our intrepid tech priest in a moment. You have arrived at the observation deck.
I told you, Zacharias. The observation deck is the corner with window, wall, and then you make a left of it.
To be fair, all these windows look the same. Did you really have to drag me into this room? You could have asked nicely.
Nonsense. You would have been distracted and ran off somewhere else.
I scoff and look out the window.
We see once more we see the planet of Clanil a nice planet. A good planet. And passing by the window in the distance is a Tau ship. Similar, but not entirely similar to the derelict ship that your companions have been scouting. This one is firing on you. Or your ship, rather. Shields are holding. Ish. If you can call them that. It is essentially lost tech anyways. And you are firing back. It is a ship-to-ship combat. For now.
I look to my companions and I ask, should we be doing something right now besides just looking out the window?
Zacharias, if I remember correctly, this was your idea to come to the deck, but in any case, yes, we should probably be firing back at the Tau.
There is a terminal here. Anyone with tech use might be able to access a battery.
I was just gonna say, since I'm a tech marine, if I'm looking out at this Tau ship, can I notice any weak points in their defenses?
You would have to probably access something that would let you look further. It is blurry, mostly with the fog of war and like glares from the sun and stuff like that.
So
You
basically,
can't-
I
you
would
can't see-
need to be able to do a lot more than just look at the ship.
Yes, you
Okay.
need to borrow some sensors. There is a terminal here that you might be able to access everything through, but it needs a couple of successful tech use rolls.
Okay, I think I will try that then.
You are welcome to try. While Space Marine eyesight is generally extremely good, you couldn't see that far anyways.
Okay, I do have another question. Since I can't really see extremely far out like that, can I still notice if any of our gun positions are missing and direct their fire to where they're actually hitting their target?
That might come with the tech use rolls.
Okay.
Seeing the outside of the ship through the observation deck is a little bit hard. It's essentially a dome, like a blister on top of a part of the ship, but maybe not on a battery deck. So you can't really see everything.
So basically, I can use in theory, I can use the terminal to access some sensory units on the ship to be able to more or less see better.
Essentially.
Okay, I'm going to take a gamble and I'm going to try that.
While you try that, Professor, make another surface navigation check.
Okay. Please don't suck. Bang. 48. Plus.
Hey, maybe this wrong turn is the right one.
Hey. Cool.
Spoiler shit wasn't.
Damn.
Preacher, how's it going?
I was never told what rolls I needed to make.
Tech use. I told you many times.
Tech use.
Does anyone else have any observations and insights?
I thought I was trained in tech use.
You should be, since you're a tech marine.
It's not showing up as trained on my sheet here.
Have you manually entered it?
I might not have.
Let's look that up then.
Because right here I'm seeing tech use, tracking, and trade, and it's saying that tracking is trained but not tech use.
As a space marine, tracking is trained, but as a tech marine, tech use should come with the territory.
Okay, so do you want me to go ahead and change that to train if I can?
I'm looking it up now.
Okay. I don't know, the sheet is very complicated to me.
Starting skills. You begin with speak language, techna lingua, and tech use as trained advanced skills.
Okay, so you want me to turn this tech use to trained then?
Yes, as well as adding the speak language, techna lingua as trained as well.
Okay, where is that?
Tech use is under tactics, and speak language is under sleight of hand. They're in the same column, or at least they would be on the original sheet.
Okay, I'm seeing speak language, and then it says high Gothic and low Gothic.
And there should be a separate, like an empty space underneath it or something.
Yeah, I just typed it into the.
Yeah.
Just type it into the empty space underneath. That's what I just did.
All right, can you guys spell that out for me then, please?
Tech, TECHNA dash LINGUA.
Okay, got it.
Good.
Okay, and you said tech use, it's a plus 10 onto the intelligence, I think?
Should be.
Okay, so then I roll a D100, and that means I gotta roll below a 55.
Yes, please.
Okay, rolling. 17.
17. That's a fair bit of successes there. There's something called order of magnitude, I think, where the more successes, the better, or the more degrees of success, the better. I don't know those rules off the top of my head, but I'm gonna go with my vibe and say that's good. So you can access a sensor, or a couple of sensors even, where they're currently located is apparent to you with such a good check, and you are now in control of you're essentially overriding a servitor, a monotask servitor charged with a hull-mounted gun, essentially, on this side of the ship.
So I basically just put manual override onto a battery. Big boom boom. All right, now since I've accessed those sensors, now can I see anything better on this tau ship here?
Yeah. In the crosshairs, you can start scanning the enemy ship for weaknesses.
What do I got to roll in order to do that?
I would go with hold tactics, maybe forbidden lore, Xenos, demolition.
Okay.
War,
Forbidden
maybe,
lore,
common lore.
Xenos, I'm trained in.
Then you should also be trained in some forbidden lore in. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, you could know something about Tau ships.
Okay, so that'd be another intelligence check at 55 then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, rolling.
This exchange is giving me déjà vu, by the way. I think I had a dream about this a couple of years ago.
Nice.
As the prophecy foretold.
Professor, make another surface.
I was just going to ask you if I can roll to get out of the hallway. 100! Yeah!
Oh boy.
You take a left turn at Albuquerque.
Oh, man.
He's just a Roomba
did you
bounce.
roll? Wait, did you roll a 90 and then a 10, or did you roll a one with 0,
Oh,
0?
that's a good point. It's 100.
If it's 100, that's a 1. It has to be a 0 and the 90.
Oh, then I just rolled. Okay. Oh, now I'm really screwed.
If you rolled a natural 1 on
Yes.
your D10, or D10s, or D100 actually, you're good. You critically succeed on your surface navigation. You actually find a path that, because you have circled back to the hangar, you find a separate door that bring you closer to the
That's
navigation.
great. I was expecting the opposite.
observation.
Good, I'll take it. That's great.
Yeah. Low rolls, good, usually. High rolls, very bad.
Fair.
So it's out 100.
Speaking of low rolls, out of a 55, rolled a 21.
That's very good. As you are looking at the enemy ship and the professor joins you in the observation deck, as you are viewing the enemy ship through the servitor sensors, you can see a chink in their armor. Essentially an area that isn't as good has as good shielding as the rest of the ship might have, and would probably either send them spinning or leave them dead in the water if hit correctly and at the right time.
Do we all see this at the same time?
No, you don't. This is through the eyes of a tech marine looking at a terminal, essentially.
I look over to Marcus and I go, "What do you see?"
I see a chink in their armor.
What do your Nova Marine eyes see?
Juicy target. So I'm going to call for a fire mission on that point in their chink of their armor.
Fair enough. Let's see here. You putting in an order, or are you taking manual control and firing?
I currently have manual control, correct?
Yeah. You are at battle stations. You are not currently not doing your job, so you're good.
In theory, would I be able to contact at least one more battery and have them do a fire mission on said point as well?
That would be a little difference. That would be a leadership rather than a...
And since I'm not a full-fledged Deathwatch member, they'd be like, oh, piss off with you.
No, you can definitely make a tactics roll with fellowship instead of intelligence, if you really want to do that. Yeah.
Tactics with fellowship, you said?
Yeah, boy.
Hang on a second. I lost tactics. Oh, okay. Okay. It says nothing out beside tactics, but below it in an empty box, it's saying trained.
That should be in accordance with your basic things as a space marine. I'll look that up for you. Give me a moment to talk amongst yourself for a little bit.
Who wants to see a towel ship get split in half?
I brought us to the observation deck for precisely that reason.
That's fair.
I say try.
I want to go find a gun. I want to shoot. I want to blast.
The same energy as like people from Florida trying to shoot a hurricane with a pistol.
It's coming right for us. Shoot it!
The one time it actually works, the hurricane falls over and is like, oh, ow.
That's-
Pulls a
Mountain.
Peter Griffin is just sitting there, just holding like a gale or something, like it's its knee or something. Just
Ah,
The mountain bows to one thing, and that is Florida Man.
Florida Man is not as superior as what I have in my local area called the Indio Man.
what?
Yes, in the city of Indio, California, we have a man called Indio Man, and he walks everywhere. This man has been alive for forever, and you just randomly see him. He's just walking everywhere, doing his own thing. He doesn't talk to you. He's a mysterious stranger.
All right. So, as part of character creation, Space Marines gain one sub-skill for tactics that they choose, essentially. These skill groups are air combat, armor tactics, assault doctrine, defensive doctrine, orbital drop procedures, recon, and stealth. So you are allowed to choose one of those to add +10 in, essentially. And that's for tactics.
so. Would this technically classify as air combat?
Yeah, essentially. It's either that or armored tactics, maybe even assault doctrine or recon.
I think this
you
would
can
be
flavor
more
this a lot.
Yeah, I think theoretically this would count as air combat because it's basically just two large space vessels just firing on each other. Plus, with what I'm wanting to do with my character, I think I should probably go with air tactics.
You are entirely allowed to choose that. That goes for the rest of you as well. You can choose one of these skill groups to add to your tactics.
I just added it. Thank you. I put defense procedures in there.
Smart.
So instead of intelligence, you said I can use fellowship with this?
You can use fellowship with it. No. I'm reading tactics here, and it brought attention to the command skill. That is fellowship, and that is something that you have base in. So I would recommend that you make a command roll rather than a tactics in this case.
Alrighty. And command
your-
is +5?
Command is base, so it's just your fellowship.
Oh, because out from command it says it has basic.
Yep.
So there's no bonus to that, it's just the straight fellowship thing?
Should be, yeah.
Okay. So that means I gotta roll lower than a 48.
Sounds about right.
And what is it when you have double zeros?
Double zeros are 100.
I thought double zeros were zeros.
Or, hold on. Double zeros on your tens die, or just 2 zeros because you're using a single digit die.
Because I have the ones that's got the double numbers on it, and because I thought you had to roll that along with the D10
Yes,
for the D100.
that is correct, yeah. So, what did you roll?
I got 8 and double zero.
Then that's 8. And that is
Okay.
very good.
So I rolled a 40 below what I had to beat. Awesome.
Feedback in the terminal indicates that the fire mission is approved. And the batteries start aiming for that part specifically. You are allowed to make a shooting roll. I would recommend that you turn the gun over for your heavy weapon specialist, because they will probably be able to hit with it with your guidance, of course.
Okay, and who's got the heavy weapons proficiency?
It might be me.
It might be you, because you are the devastator of the group.
It's
What-
very devastating.
Yeah, what is your specialization for your devastator? What heavy weapons specialty do you have?
Oh. I don't remember picking one. I don't remember seeing one.
What gun do you use?
The Stormbolter.
Stormbolter.
Or
Oh, yeah.
I have
Which gun do you use? All of them.
Yes.
Yeah, that is fine. It's just ballistic skill anyway, so it's fine. Do you have any weapons trainings, like for your talents? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, let me double check real quick.
This is LAS, to be specific.
I do not. I mostly have things that hold defensive resistance, but I do have a mighty shot, which gives me a +2 on range attacks. And my BS skill right now is 57.
Then I suggest that you, with a successful tech use roll from your tech marine friend here, if it's successful, then it gives you plus. If it's not successful, then it's going to be a little bit harder, but you should be able to do it anyways.
So if I don't have tech use trained,
It's not you that make the tech use. It's it's your pal. You just point and click, man, as per usual.
I'm good at that.
Pretty sure make a tech use to help your friend make a better ballistics check.
One more tech use coming up. That is a 38, and with the trained in tech use, I had to beat a 55.
That does add a +10 to your ballistic skill threshold, and fire away, my man.
So I'm shooting below 69.
Nice.
That is a 2.
So the other batteries currently used to target that area are fairly ineffectual. They're swinging wide and missing, and through the limited view screen that you have, you're essentially just hip firing from what you can see, and that you hit, and boy, do you hit. It's not that you don't cripple them in a way that you would expect to cripple them. You cause their engines to overload a little bit, surging them on a path towards the planet. And within mere minutes, the Tau ship is going nose first through the atmosphere. There are now a lot of Tau on that planet. Good
You mean
job.
target practice?
Yes. Yes, and target practice. Good stuff.
Can I walk up to the tech marine that just made or helped that all happen?
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
I'd like to.
It is now. I am now getting out of that terminal.
You need help getting out of the terminal?
No, I'm good. I'm just saying, after the ship has been completely shagged, I'm now like exiting out of that
I see what
terminal.
you're saying.
I'm gonna interpret that as me thinking that he needs help at the terminal, and I'm going to walk up to him and say, "Hey, let me help you out of the terminal," and I yank him up out of the terminal.
I just stare, and after a few short, awkward moments, I go, "Thank you."
I'm going to look at the tech marine and eye him up and down, and then gently push the tech marine's chest and say, "Good." And then turn over to Amador and do the same thing. That gentle tap and the very good.
You got the seal of approval and the loogie to show for it.
Ignore of respect.
Thank you, Kurgan.
I look between them both and I go, "That was sick."
Thank
But
you
in a
for
good
your
way.
prize.
And I look over at Uriel, and I just hold up a fist for a fist bump and go, "Good shooting."
Good shooting.
A sound comes over the intercom as at school assembly or the start of class, and somebody just reads the morning announcements. It's crisis averted for now. Remain alert, but return to stations. All Space Marines return to their previous positions. Terminal user Orbital Deck 5, please report to the Watch Captain. And transmission.
I'm going to turn to everyone and say,
I think that was me more specific.
Should we all go? We're all in the room.
I'm going to do.
If the rest of you want to go with me, but I feel that was mainly pointed towards myself.
I'm going
so.
to turn and nod and say, "No, it is your honor, not ours." And then walk out the room and get lost in the hallway.
I'm going to
Again.
follow him.
You can both make navigation checks one after the other, and in turn get
13!
lost in the hallway.
Wait, no, 13 plus. Hang on. 13 plus. Oh, crap. Going to do me in. 13 plus. 50.
71.
Zacharias is lost. The Tech Marine, I'm not sure of. We'll see
enough.
soon. The Gunner and Spotter. A servitor has been matched to your location and is retrieving you to come talk to the watch captain. It's essentially just a dude with a vox piece for mouth, bionic eyes, no necessarily fine motored augmented arms, and yeah, still has legs though. Walks very mechanical and stumbling. Essentially just a radio controlled person. Do you follow him?
Yeah, if they're taking us to the watch captain, yeah.
Please come with me. And you are led to the bridge, in essence. There is a watch captain there. The watch captain, to be fair. Augustus Blackshield. He is sitting on a throne. Less kingly throne and more of a captain's log, but made for space.
Somebody approximately 3 times Kirk's size.
Yeah, and twice the ego.
Oh, that's a big deal. But as soon as I see the watch captain, I immediately salute in the traditional like Roman fashion with my right fist going over my chest.
Do we know what chapter is he from?
He wears no chapter markings.
Just Deathwatch markings?
Yes, he has a entirely black shoulder pad, as it's his name, Black Shield, which is an homage to the fact that he formerly wore a Black Shield, but have been welcomed back to his chapter, but chosen not to. He is not anonymous. He doesn't wear a helmet currently. Sits on an armrest, but given the features that you can see on him, it wouldn't be too off color to call him. Looks like a stereotypical ultramarine, except that he doesn't have the extra things. Essentially, he wears an eagle on his chest, and he like the Ultramar sigils are shining with their absence rather than their presence.
Oh, I get you. Then I will give him the salute, but with the wings. I always forget what that's called.
You present the Aquila.
Yes, I present the Aquila.
So you found a way to cripple their ship. Very good. I commend you. That was a good spot. Are you ready for hunting them down then? You are going to the surface first, after all. We have some work here to do.
Of course, Watch Captain. It would be my greatest honor to clean up the mess that we've made.
Very well. I have sent
Whatever your orders, I will go.
Very good. I've left an order with the chaplain to have you commended before you drop to the surface.
Thank you, Watch Captain.
Please report back to the hangar bay and prepare for draw. You are excused.
Whenever he says you are excused, again, I thump my chest like in the Roman salute, and I just say, "In gloria," in Latin meaning "in glory we return."
Kill for the living and kill for the dead. And he returns to his duties.
And then I guess Uriel and I are heading back to our station.
Yeah.
Let's try not to get lost this time.
We're going to take a short break, refill beverages, and we'll be back here in 5-10 minutes.
It don't matter. 5 minutes? I don't know.
Let's go for 5 minutes. Does that work with everyone?
Yeah, that works. That was great.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. See you in 5.
Thank you, 5.
See ya.
So that battery fire worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm just happy I didn't fudge it. Imagine if I rolled above 69. I would have been done for. Actually, it's 67. I double checked the ability. It's supposed to add +2 to my damage instead of +2 to hit. By the way, that shit was fucking cuckoo bananas. I really need to keep this going. Josh, you play Magic the Gathering, right?
I do not know.
You do not? Oh.
I do not know. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Again? Sliver Hive Lord.
All right. Everyone back?
Aye, sir.
I believe so.
I'm here.
Okay. We reconvene in the hangar bay, where you have found Echo again, or whatever Echo's character's name is. I forget.
Rory? Ram? Radada?
Rory.
He has gone on his own adventures, and we'll be hearing about them later, or in a separate part, so to speak. But you are all gathered around a drop pod. It is black. It has recently been repainted. It is very... It looks like it's gonna work either way. This might be your way to the planet's surface. Presumably it is, because that's where the Salamander chaplain has put you. She has you kneeling and is about to take your oath of moment so that you can be on your way. There's still a weird vibe in the hangar bay, as people are on alert still. There might be more Tau ships out there. But for now, there's a reverent silence. As much silence as there can be in an industrial setting, of course. The chaplain, whose name I need to utter for us to possibly pass the Bechdel test. Give me a moment. Chaplain Tasenda. Tacenda.
One more time, please.
Tacenda. Tasenda.
Thank you.
She has her helmet on, because this is still a war zone. And she's preparing, with the help of a Mechanicus priest, to plant purity seals on all of you. These containing your oaths of moment, reiterating your orders, essentially, to go down to the planet to find and potentially eradicate the threat, the Tyranid threat that the previous Tau expedition failed to deal with, and to slay any enemies that you find along the way. She's also pulling out of a box that she has on her hip a...
Hi everyone, that I'm late.
That's all right. We are taking oaths of moment. You have missed a combat, but that's all right. Welcome.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Game night with family.
It's all good.
happens.
Yeah. So it's rare to see your uncles, so you gotta take the chance when they're still here.
Yeah.
Even if they spring it on you, last minute.
Fair enough. As I said, you have been given purity seals by the chaplain, Tasenda. And she has just been pulling out 2 charms out of a wooden box on her hip. And she is looking to Preacher and Amador. What are your character names?
Uriel.
You want my full name or just the first name here?
Marcus is fine, now that I remember.
Yeah, Marcus.
And she is with the purity seal, attaching them to your character's chests. They're small, just the inquisitorial eye as in the letter. They're made from pewter, and she says these are made on Terra, under the supervision of the Emperor. Zai will have him smile on you. Perhaps, if you are good. I will be wanting these back. Do not fail me. And she stamps purity seal on to your chest. All of you. Along with the purity seals, you are given chameleon cloaks. Essentially just mantles that match the environment of the planet that you're going to. So you can add those to your sheets. Chameleon cloak. You can look up the spelling afterwards. Now, do you have anything that you'd like to confess before you depart? I am here for you, as is my duty as chaplain, she says.
I hold on to nothing, Chaplain. I'm ready to embark when the others are.
If Marcus could stand any taller, he would be standing taller, as if he just like shuffles inside of his armor to present himself even taller.
It's hard to be tall when you're kneeling,
Or will straighten up.
of course.
I must have misheard.
That is entirely all right.
I have learned my lesson from earlier, and I wisely keep my damn mouth shut.
I say nothing.
The chaplain moves up to you.
Fuck.
I've been given reports from servitors that they had observed you wandering aimlessly. This is unusual for a Black Templar as yourself. One servant of the ecclesiarchy to another.
I was lost in my thoughts of serving the Emperor, ma'am, and I was wandering as a consequence. I will avoid doing it in the future, ma'am.
Go with the Emperor's light. May he guide your way.
Thank you.
And she grabs the collar of your armor and rely on your comrades. They will lead your way, and the Emperor doesn't. But may the Emperor guide your way. Do what you're good at. And she lets go. The tech priest, along with a couple of servitors, are running the last checks to essentially have the drop pod drop ready. They're filling it with some supplies, they're loading up your weapons, stuff like that. The servitor is asking if there's anything special that you want to bring. This is a time to make a requisition roll.
Anything special that we want written, is what you said?
No, brought.
Oh, sure.
Essentially,
Okay.
special ammo, upgrades to your weapons, stuff like that. You can look through the
crate?
The armory is on
The
one.
armory.
Can I look?
The armory is on page 138, and I'll tell you what ammunition starts on it in just.
Can I open the crate that I foraged earlier and see what's inside?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm going to open the crate.
There is a ticking noise, and then there's a puppet resembling Sanguinius that pops out of it. Ba-ba-ba. And you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. As the servitor takes it out of your hands
Damn.
and puts it back on the pile.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
unexpected.
I'm going to look at the box and just feel really stupid for a while.
Now that you actually get to look at the box a little bit closer, it says reserved for the high tech priest of the ship.
I see.
Yeah, personal.
Yes,
Personal use only.
Clearly, you are not a tech priest, as we can see.
I'm not the tech priest. I am a tech priest. All right, I deserve that. I'm going to humble myself and snort to myself.
I didn't know you're a tech priest. I thought you were a space marine.
Tech marines.
Those are two very different things, brother.
I'm going to glare at the salamander creature, and I'm going to point to my neck, and then point to him.
Go ahead and kill me. And then no one can save your sorry soul when you get shot.
I'm gonna step in between them and say, okay, guys, let's save the fun for later.
You glance over to the chaplain who just gives you a thumbs up and walks away.
Question: as far as any special requisitions, is there any type of comms device that I can bring along in case shit goes completely sideways and I need to call in some sort of orbital strike?
That is an excellent thing that you can ask for. Let's see what we can find. Please continue talking. I'm looking this up.
So how's everyone looking?
Blew up a ship.
Yeah, where were you?
I was in my station at the medical bay, healing people. Not healing, getting it ready in case we did have bodies. He said go to your stations. I'm the medic. I have to go to my station.
There were lucky few actual casualties, so you didn't have that much to do. It was a short engagement.
I'm not a tech marine. I don't need to go repad the guns. And I'm not a fighter. I'm a medic. I heal. I might shoot people, but I heal.
Can I, sorry to interrupt, but can I do a requisition check for some special ammunition since I have an ammo pack with my heavy bolter?
Absolutely.
And sorry, one more time. How do I make what am I making a requisition check with?
That is a good question. I suggest you read up on that while I look for the type of broadcasting thing that Josh asked for.
You got it, Captain.
Yeah.
I think requisition is like a certain number of points you get at the beginning of a mission, and I think it's decided by the GM. There's a table on page 140 of the main book that just shows the amount.
Yeah. On table, is it 8-1 or 9-1? 5-1.
And each person gets that number of requisition points, but I think we can pool them to get something really freaking cool if we want.
I'll sacrifice my requisition points. I've got what I... At the current moment, I believe I got what I need, so if you want to use my points, go ahead.
Same.
So it says, should a battle brother need to requisition an item from Rogue Traders or Dark Heresy, table 5-1 availability and requisition provides guidance on how many requisition points it is likely to require. The GM may also choose to mandate a renown requirement for certain items. In general, articles unique to the Adeptus Astartes are neither available to nor easily usable by throne agents and rogue traders.
You are currently operating with a renowned status. You are working with a willing participant or a willing armor in a sense. So I'm not entirely sure what modifiers that would be.
I think it's mostly... Oh, wait. I think we have to be at a certain requisition or renown to even get anything. So I'm assuming right now we are renown rating. We're a renown rank initiated. We have recently sworn our oaths of duty to the Deathwatch.
You can up that by 1 level for this role.
So we would be respected. You have proven your prowess repeatedly through bravery and blood.
Yes.
Okay, so with respected, I don't think there's a roll I need to make, rather than it's your discretion whether or not I can grab it, if I'm given it.
Then you ask, and I will make the judgment, if that makes sense.
No, I understand. I'm just double checking before I ask for special ammunition how the backpack ammo supply works before I just start being like, yeah, just give me this and give me that.
Some words.
Can I take this time to polish my chainsword? I don't know if it needs polishing, but I just really want to polish it.
You can put a quarter in the kink jar, but yeah, go for it.
It's always wise to make sure you use in proper use. Especially when you only have limited amounts of ammunition, weapons, or even your mind.
Is there any roll I need to make for that orbital strike comms?
No, I don't think so. It's essentially just a... It's essentially a... Oh, I had it. Like a teleportation transponder, but it's not a teleportation transponder. It's a sort of spike, in essence, that you wear on your hip until it's time to use it. We are here. Shit is fucked. How?
So it's basically just getting on a radio and screaming broken arrow.
Yeah, in essence.
Fair enough.
Okay, so for special, issue ammunition, you need a requisition. For example, I want Hellfire. I think I'm going to go with Hellfire rounds.
Hellfire's good.
Hellfire or I think Kraken. I think I'm going to go with Kraken. So I don't need respected renown to get it, but I need at least a requisition of 5. Do you think it would be possible for I to acquire Kraken rounds and 250 rounds of it to fill my entire ammo pack? Yeah.
We can probably shake loose 100 rounds of Kraken ammunition. So use them sparingly. But yes, we can find that for you.
I'll take it. I'll
Here's
take whatever I can.
Yes. They will come in shortly. And he puts down an order on a data slate and hands it off to another one who walks away and comes back a little bit later with a small case essentially of them. You might have to load them manually into your essentially, yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be like belts. So what I was thinking, since I hold 250 and I was given 100, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have the first 100 rounds be regular ammunition. The next 100 rounds be I said Kraken, and then the last 50 rounds are gonna be regular.
All right. That works. We're also given a second 250 belt for just regular ammunition, but it comes in a case.
Yeah, like a little box.
Yeah.
I'll check how much ammunition we've got.
So on page 159, you're gonna see table 511. It's gonna have your requisition cost, your renown that you need to meet, and then you just go ahead and find the rounds, and it'll have special effects. So for Kraken rounds, my penetration is increased to 8, and its range is increased by 50%.
But as Josh asked, how much ammo you have is the amount of things that you have with you, along with at the start of the mission they will be full. So if you have bolter,
Okay, for example, bolter with fire select, I have 28 magazines for it.
no, you have 28 rounds in a magazine, I think.
Oh, okay.
How many magazines do you have? It should be under your regular gear,
Oh, under regular gear.
like standard loadout.
Let's see here. Okay, it says fire selector allows 3 mags. Is that what you're talking about?
What?
I'm on the weapons and armor page, and I'm looking at bolter with fire select. It mentions fire selector allows 3 magazines.
Fire selector.
I'm sorry. Where did you say to go to see how much ammunition I have?
To pick ammunition, it is 159, but in the weapons thing, if you give me 1 second. So, what kind of bolter is it? Without the fire selector, what bolter is it?
It just bolter with select fire is a basic class weapon that deals 2d10 plus 5 explosive damage.
Okay. So if it has 2d10, hold up. I need to look for this too. Holy shit. What does it say that? I want to look at this. I want to see with my eyes, my special eyes.
I have no idea. That's just what's on my character sheet.
Starting equipment. Page 28. All specialties standard issue. Astartes power armor, Astartes bolt pistol, 3 Astartes frag, 3 Astartes crack, combat knife, repair cement, 1 chapter trapping. You are a tactical marine, so you are issued Astartes bolter with fire selector, 1 clip of special issue ammunition, not exceeding 25 requisition per clip per mission. Note that you must still meet the renown requirement for this ammunition. No, that's tactical marine. Never mind. Astartes bolter, fire selector.
It doesn't. The thing is too. It says bolter, but we only get 2 patterns of bolter. So the Stalker and Godwin. So I'm assuming it's Godwin.
It is Godwin, unless you want to specifically ask for a Stalker pattern bolter.
That's a sniper.
More or less, yeah. There are more patterns available. I think Rites of Battle have them, and Honor of the Chapter.
I don't think my guy would necessarily be a sniper, so I guess I'm just going to go with a regular bolter.
Yeah, so you have a Godwin. It's fine. That is your base.
So with a Godwin, you have clips of 28. That's what you need to. That's how much ammunition it holds in a single clip.
Yeah.
So
And
one item.
how many clips do you want to bring with you? That's up to you.
Does it say like how much is a standard? How much I have in a standard loadout?
In a standard loadout now.
Okay, can I bring about? I don't know how much firepower we're needing here.
It's a ship full of cow, so it's a lot. And then potentially,
I'm bringing 20 clips of. I'm gonna grab 20 mags of the Stealthy bolt pistol and 20 mags of the Astral metal gun.
That's a lot.
I don't know how much ammo we're gonna go through. It's a ship full of tau. I'm gonna need as much as I can.
All right.
Is there any? Okay, go ahead. I was going to ask: is there armor available at this juncture? Okay.
No, you are.
We have what we already have. There's no upgrades or stuff right now.
Yeah. You have been given cloaks, and as part of the Deathwatch, you are fitted with a Vox link between all of you.
Cool. Just wanted to check.
I think when it comes to armor, we're not changing out the armor, but more putting stuff on it. So making the shields better or giving yourself, I don't know, fucking an extra arm like you did.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Jet
reading.
booster.
It's wild. It's a rabbit hole after a while, but carry on.
Okay, would it be going overboard to requisition 20 mags for my Godwin bolt rifle and about 10 mags for my bolt pistol?
That is a little overboard, yes.
Okay.
I've already went overboard. Doesn't matter.
It's a lot of ammunition, and
Okay, can I go 10 and 5 then at least?
10 and 5, absolutely.
And also, this is up to your discretion. I have 3 frag grenades already. Would it be too much to request 3 more?
No, go for it.
Okay, and I would like to requisition 3 more frags.
If I had with this, I do have 20 improvised grenades.
Improvised grenades?
It's explosive fuel.
Oh, yeah.
If we need explosions, I can make them. Doesn't mean that it's wise.
I need to look at what kind of ammunition the melta gun uses, because I think that it's just of your suit armor. That might be suit energy.
The suit energy recharge?
You have essentially a small nuclear reactor on your back, usually, as well as solar
use canisters.
Meltas use canisters.
Yeah, melta guns are specifically refined chemicals injected to a highly pressurized canisters. The size and mounted positions varies depending on the model and class of the weapon. In all cases, it provides shots equal to the weapon's full clip value.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a reason why I'm grabbing 20.
That doesn't mean you can't shoot it and he'll explode and burst into flames. Just saying. Not giving you ideas.
There's a reason why I'm bringing this much. You always want more.
Thing is, it isn't. An Infernus pistol has essentially no range. They're glorified bolt cutters. But when your bolt is essentially the size of an entire, I don't know, a warp core or something like that, yeah, it's anti-material, anti-armor. Probably won't be shooting long range with it.
Most likely.
I would like to say to the Salamander too, if you really want to invest in something, you should invest in an ammo and a Astartes backpack ammo supply too, because you can use it for meltas and it holds 100 rounds of ammunition. But you are carrying a big backpack of melta fuel on your back.
He is also not a Devastator Marine and already has things on his back, so he will not be able to carry that.
That is a tough cookie.
I'm the apothecary.
You still have your standard bolter, your bolt pistol, and your Infernus pistol, along with a combat blade. It's a lot to carry already. I would recommend to...
Can I go 5 and 5 then?
5 and 5 is fine.
Yeah.
It's the same ammunition for your bolt pistols and your bolter.
I only
different magazines.
Yeah, I only got a bolt pistol.
You only have a bolt pistol. Let's see that.
I have the multi-gun and the Astartes bolt pistol.
Let's see here.
I'm gonna be
bolter with fire selector, reductor, and narthesium. You have a bolter.
Oh, my bad. I will have to find that.
You have a bolter. You have a bolt pistol. 3 frag, 3 crack, combat blade, or combat knife, repair cement, chapter trapping. You can definitely requisition the Infernus pistol though, unless you are given that through being a salamander.
With my trait for the salamander, I'm given it, and it's the Vulcan variant.
A Vulcan variant. Alright, let's honor the chapter rank.
It should be in the core rulebook.
I don't think salamanders. I think is in the core book. I think it's in the honor the chapter, like you said.
Salamanders, yes, but I took a trait, which basically means I get to get gear higher.
Oh, then yeah.
I can.
No, it's in first founding. Either way, we're at the 2-hour mark, I think, roughly. And I think we will end there for tonight, fix all these things, and when we get back next time, you're dropping down to the planet.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Who's gonna get shot and need healing?
You. All of you.
Yes.
All of the above.
Did I say that out loud? Thank you for listening to us stumble our way through the wonderful, magical world that is My Little Pony. No, it's the grimdark and war-ridden world of Warhammer 40k Deathwatch. Does anyone have any pluggables that they want to do?
Believe it or not, I do, if it's all right.
Absolutely. Go for it.
I just want to plug that if any of you out there listening play multiplayer first-person shooters and are looking to dabble into the arts of War of Rights, a first-person shooter Civil War multiplayer, feel free to come by my regiment, the 8th Illinois Cavalry. And if you want to stick with us, learn how to play the game, learn how to work as a unit, please feel free to let me know. And we mainly jump on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, we would love to have you guys.
Very good. Anyone else?
Sure. You can find me on most platforms, mostly on TikTok, though. If you like sci-fi, horror, conlanging, or world building, I'm at Astroauroran, ASTROAURORAN. And go watch everyone else, listen to everyone else in Vibe Tribe.
Very nice. Professor, do you have anything?
Nothing interesting yet, but I'm actually working on a handful of things, so maybe one of these days I'll actually have something to plug. It's just not here yet. But go check out Vibe Tribe. We got lots of stuff on Vibe Tribe. We got cool things. So
Yeah, so same here, Vibe Tribe Productions. Woo. I currently don't have anything, but who knows? Might have one next time for everyone. Also, sorry everyone, I am Echo. Sorry I'm late.
You are excused this time.
As he waves his finger and says, "Don't do it again."
I cannot make any promises. Family is weird.
Family is important. Health is important. And mostly, my name has been Dungaree Mike. Please don't follow me on Twitter. Go to your local wrestling show. Boo at the heels. Cheer at the faces. And most importantly, let the good times roll. See you out there.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's gonna happen next time? Well, you're gonna have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, audio podcast land, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.